Hey everybody, Seth Buchheit here, factory representative for Chinook RV, here today in Peru, Indiana, where we build Class B and B Plus motorhomes. Today's video, the top 8 features that make our B Plus motorhomes incredibly special. The Maverick built on the Ford Transit, and then the Summit built on the Mercedes-Benz. There are some very special things about these motorhomes that you just can't see under the skin, and today I'm gonna break them down. Here we go. Okay, up first, let's talk about the 4 season certifications that we have from both Truma and Timberline. First up, the Truma graph here that we put on every motorhome that we have a Truma furnace product in. Here you can see the graph and our story that the Summit and Maverick motorhomes endured rigorous temperature testing, wherein the unit was sealed in a cold chamber at -15 Celsius overnight. Typically, to meet the gold standard, 5 temperature sensors are applied for monitoring cold spots throughout the coach. We here at Chinook RV went above and beyond with 21 in total because of its confidence in the product. To qualify, the coach must warm to 20 degrees within a 4-hour period under these conditions. The Summit easily surpassed the requirement with a time of 3 hours and 20 minutes. Furthermore, whereas most units begin to level off in their temperature gain, the Summit kept climbing. The overall test results exceeded everyone's expectations. You can see here on this graph the chart, and we ended up getting to about 80 degrees after 6 hours of testing. You will also see this cold weather certification badge when there is a Truma furnace on your motorhome. Alright, here we have a Summit, and the Summit has the Timberline heat and on-demand hot water system by Elwell. And here is the Timberline test that was done on the Maverick and Summit B Plus motorhomes, saying several temperature probes were installed throughout the interior, including the kitchen, sleeping area, bathroom, water compartment, and near the water pump and storage areas. The Summit was cold soaked for several hours at 5 degrees Fahrenheit. The Timberline system was engaged in less than 4 hours. The Timberline successfully achieved 68 to 70 degrees in the living areas. The interior temperatures continued to rise, proving more than enough capacity for the complete comfort in cold weather use. All high stress areas for functionality, water pump, etc., achieved and maintained well above freezing temperatures. These vehicles are equipped and engineered for maximum and sustained comfort for 4 seasons camping. One thing I want to point out as well is where we have our tank placement. Freshwater tank is inside under the sofa, and your gray and your black tank are in these rear bays that are heated, and the tanks are wrapped in insulation and have heat pads on them as well. So you are perfectly safe for those cold weather trips, maybe to Alaska, Colorado, up in Flagstaff during the winter, wherever you may want to go. Here is the Timberline 4-season comfort badge that will be put on every Chinook motorhome with the Timberline heat and on-demand hot water system. Last thing I'll talk about on the 4-season certification is here you can see the 30-gallon freshwater tank. This is above floor. All of your water lines are above floor. Water pump is above floor. So it's all protected from freezing as long as you keep heat inside the cab.
The second feature is actually one of my favorite features to talk about. We use an engineered 2x4 steel tube fully welded substructure, full perimeter, north, south, east, west, like you can see here. It is mounted with anti-noise rubber isolator pads. This is engineered to distribute the weight evenly, and it's a fully independent structure. And what I mean by that is it is fully welded off the motorhome and then put on the motorhome and bolted to the motorhome, and remember, with rubber pads in between those metal connections. Gives us a solid foundation, lower center of gravity, better stability with weight distribution, provides support for our storage boxes, and supports our 4-season design. You can see how it saddlebags around the chassis too. Most other manufacturers use bolt-on outriggers or just 2x2 steel, and they might not even do a full perimeter weld like we do here on our B Plus motorhome. There is no other B Plus motorhome with a substructure like this. The next feature we're going to talk about is very unique. Our aluminum sidewalls, roof, and storage doors. So you can see on this Summit in production here in front of us, it is getting ready to go to our paint shop. Just had the aluminum panels bonded on the motorhome's substructure. It is bonded on using a product called Sikaflex. All of the panels overlap each other about an inch, and the roof is one piece front to back. We use fiberglass front and rear caps, and then you can also see here below the aluminum storage doors. The great thing about this system is if a aluminum panel were to get damaged in the event of an accident, the panels are changeable. You can also see this full body paint on the motorhome just returned from the shop. The fourth feature we're going to talk about is the narrow body and the great lengths of our B Plus motorhomes. Here in front of us, built on the Mercedes-Benz chassis, the Summit B Plus motorhome. This motorhome comes in right at 23 feet 9 in length. Fantastic length, allowing you to pull into a parking spot, maybe back in with a little overhang like you see here. And with the rear door, you don't even have to open your side doors. You can just get up and go out the back. Coming up, the Maverick coming in at 24 feet 5, just a little bit longer than the Mercedes-Benz chassis, but just as easy to pull into a parking spot, or again, pull in and back in with a little overhang, just like you can see here. The next feature we're going to talk about is the solid surface shower that we put in our B Plus motorhomes. It is beautiful, completely handcrafted and hand laid here at our factory in Peru, Indiana. This is a feature that just really makes the motorhome stand out. We are the only B Plus motorhome with a solid surface shower. This is typically only used in the high-end diesel pusher or the high-end Super C style motorhomes. Very long lasting and will never discolor on you.
Okay, I am in a Summit 360 motorhome. Here in front of me I have the 7-inch touchscreen by Victron. We're using all Victron equipment in our 360 motorhomes, such as the Victron 3000 watt inverter, as well as all Victron components, such as the solar charge controllers and the smart shunt component that gives you real live data. So right now, back to menu, a quick overview of this system here. You can see we have the air conditioner running with an AC load of about 930 watts. It's a cloudy day here in Peru, Indiana. Not much sun, so we're getting about 200 watts, 180 to 200 watts right now. And the cool thing about this is with the smart shunt, you can go in and get an accurate time to go. So right now as we sit, we got 12 hours and 48 minutes worth of battery life on the air conditioner just as we sit, which is fantastic. Now that's only 900 amp hours. We can even do a third battery, giving you up to 1350 amp hours. And the great thing about Expion 360, they are a 12-year warranty on the battery. So if you ever have issues, you don't have to worry about replacement. And the Victron components all are backed by 5-year component warranties.
The last thing we're going to talk about is our premium padded vinyl finished walls. Here in front of you, you can see in our jig table the wall before it's finished. Our 4x8 panels get sanded down after being bondoed into one piece and then wrapped entirely with the padded vinyl finish. And then the wall gets put on the motorhome. As you can see here, the wall is put on and the roof is put on as well with the padded vinyl finish. That way when your cabinets get put in like this motorhome, the cabinets have padding in between them and the wall and the roof structures. This really quiets down the motorhome when you're traveling. It quiets down all those squeaks, rattles, and pops that you may hear in other motorhomes. Also acts as extra insulation, thickening the walls to about 3 inches thick. And then they also help trim and finish our motorhome a lot better as opposed to other manufacturers using a paper wrapped wall with the seam tape going up and down the walls.
All right, thank you for watching today's video on the top 8 features found in our Chinook B Plus motorhomes, the Maverick built on Ford Transit, and the Summit built on Mercedes-Benz. Please feel free to email us at info@chinookrv.com with any questions, or you can place them in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.